Hi there, welcome to Tarotland Soap Opera. Today I'm going to do a reading for Capricorn energy, and like usual, on this channel we're going to do two rows. The top row we'll refer to as high vibe Capricorn energy, and the bottom row as a more worldly, shadowy Capricorn energy, because we've all got our dualistic nature and we have to make decisions in life, and we're influenced by our more worldly nature, which we can be tempted in our more immature nature, prideful nature, lustful nature, greedy, lazy nature, self-centered nature. And, we're trying to offset that with having some hope and faith and belief in ourselves and in our dreams and in love, and not to, just wanting to maybe live our more authentic life than letting these things within ourselves or the world manipulate us. And then we have different people in our life that we could align with. Some people we align with that might appeal to our more worldly, immature nature, and some people in our life might appeal to our more mature nature. And it's to try to find a balance, because our worldly nature, we want to be in relationships and we want stability and security and people we're attracted to be in relationship with and that are fun. But we also want authentic, loving, just, fair relationships with people who act with character and integrity. And some people could be struggling because they might want to move forward in life differently. But when we move forward in life differently, we kind of have to detach from an old way of living life. And that might mean we don't hang out as much with certain people in our life. So the reason for the top row's reading is the Six of Pentacles. It's the reason why the reading came out. And the Six of Pentacles can talk about our philosophy of life. It's Taurus energy. Are we willing to settle for a more transactional type relationship, is what a shadowy Taurus energy can be, where the reason for the bottom row's reading is the King of Swords. It seems logical and practical, but maybe living more from our mind than our heart in Libra energy. Or are we more motivated and inspired to not just do what seems logical and practical, but to listen to our more creative, inspired, loving, intuitive nature for the decisions that we make? So in the top row, we have a card not showing itself. That's the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. There could be people who would like to be in a relationship with us, and in the Page of Cups and people we want to hold on to, vice versa, that we do feel to be authentic and loving. With the Knight of Wands, we could feel like maybe they're kind of immature in a way, but they are willing, to be more stable and grounded and do equal give and take with us in a relationship. We'll come back to that. Let's look at the bottom row. We could be tempted to keep living our life the way we've been living it, because then we get to stay within our comfort zone. We know how to live our life that way. So two of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Whether it's a job, a friendship, or a relationship, there could be something about the way we would be living our life if we kept living our life that way that makes us feel kind of stuck. Like it could make us wonder, are we in a job or a career field or in friendships and relationships because we love it? They love us, we love them. Why would we stay in that job or that relationship in the Two of Cups? Because it seems just and fair. It would look like we've gotten justice in the world. It makes practical, logical sense. But there could be a part of us that we could be in relationship with some other people that the Two of Swords can be people, again, in Libra energy, which anyone can harness about what they think is just and fair, that seem to be in two minds about the truth. Or your truth conflicts. You might want to do love in justice and fairness and truth and love, but the other person might like to live more from their mind than their heart, maybe a little more emotionally detached in a relationship, who would be willing to be in a relationship with you, but you could feel like it's more because of the money and the status or the image. And they'd be willing to be in a relationship with you, and you could have love for them and they could have some love for you. But what is the driving factor for why we're in the relationship? Is it love? Or is it because it makes practical, logical sense? We have fear about getting in a relationship or going looking for a different job. We'd have to let go of this job or relationship to go get a different one. And part of us would like to stay in the job, friendships, and relationships we're in just because it keeps us in our comfort zone. Then we don't have to make a decision. We can just keep doing what we're doing. But we could feel we're living more from our mind than our heart. So then what some people might do that other people don't know about is that you kind of do this work within yourself to kind of get clear about your truth, because the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. What is my truth? And maybe you were working with a Virgo, or in your Virgo energy, you kind of realized you harness that differently. A more worldly, shadowy Virgo energy can be that it is more, we get in a relationship and we stay in a relationship more because it makes practical, logical sense. This will have the stability and the security. We will look like we've gotten justice in the world. But the other person is more about freeing themselves from being manipulated by their mind and their fear and their more worldly nature. And they're more interested in truth and love and going on an adventure in life and not making it just about those things. And so you could have had to cut someone out of your life who you could even feel looks at a romantic relationship as more like a job. This makes logical, practical sense. This will be victorious and successful. It's like, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who thinks I'm like a good investment. I want to be in a relationship with someone who wants to work with me and be in a relationship with me because they love me. And they're motivated and inspired to want to be in a relationship with me in high vibe Taurus energy because of love. And we act with character and integrity, and not that let's exchange resources and time, energy, effort, and hugs and kisses in a relationship because it makes logical, practical sense. And so you could have had to hold back from doing what seemed logical and practical, even though there could be some people in your life that you have love for. If what drives and motivates them, they could be more aligned. Again, the Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy. You could have felt what drives and motivates them is they're more aligned with their worldly view of life, and you're more aligned with a balance of both as high vibe Virgo. Yes, I want these things of the world, but I equally want loving, authentic, creative, inspired relationships. And some people, that's not their truth. They're kind of tipped out of balance, where what's more important to them is to get in relationships for the status and the ego and the image, or to be indulged in a relationship, or have people indulge them, or, kind of where someone has to indulge the other person a little bit, because love is to be just and fair, and where you treat each other as individuals, and you have your own unique dreams and aspirations. I have my own unique dreams and aspirations, but together we do work together for a common goal, but we respect that each other as individuals. And some people have a problem with that too. Shadowy energy can be, it's supposed to be more about me, and you're supposed to make your life more about me. I love me, and you're supposed to love me, and maybe wanting you to be more codependent on them. Like you won't love and believe in yourself and feel stable and grounded within yourself independent of being in a relationship with me. And we all can have been in more codependent energy before. We all like stability and security and to be in relationships with people. But if you felt somebody wasn't sure, or maybe if they really wanted to be in a more long-term committed relationship, you could have felt someone was kind of holding back from you, and maybe even holding back their more authentic, loving nature. And you could have felt like, I kind of view the King of Swords as a person's more emotionally defensive, self-protective nature. Like, I can't let my more authentic, loving nature out to play in the world. They could get hurt. So I kind of let my more defensive, egoic nature live my life. And then you can kind of feel like you're in a relationship with someone, and you do feel like they're kind of indulging themselves in a relationship with you, but you're being authentic and vulnerable and loving. And you kind of feel like it's not equal because they're still being defensive to really their foundation aligning with their more loving nature, where they let love and intuition guide them in the relationship versus staying self-protective or defensive and living more from their mind than their heart. And some of those people might pop, or similar people might pop back up in your life as you're moving forward in life. And some of those people, if your intuition, the Six of Pentacles can be, I'm willing to get to know people. If your intuition tells you that some people are kind of immature and they just kind of want to be the next person to indulge themselves in a relationship with you, or that you think they've decided this makes practical, logical sense, this would be good for my ego or my image, it's like, no, I'm going to hold back from you because I've already been in relationships with people who are like that. And I've learned, we get in all these different relationships to help us get clear about what our truth is and our truth isn't. And I've already kind of been in relationships with people like that, and I felt stuck. I was offering love to work together with me in a just and fair and balanced way, and either it seemed like they just wanted to indulge, or it wasn't really love that was driving and motivating them. And if there's people, you could reach out to someone. If you quit working with one person, then you could reach out to some people who you think are more on the same page as you. And if those people seem to be people who are more authentic and inspired to go on an adventure, because that's kind of what the Knight of Wands talks about, and are inspired to, high vibe energy is about being more independent of your defensive nature, your ego nature, your more worldly nature, to be more independent in the world, to live your more authentic life. And if there's someone in the world who is willing to move forward with you and let love and intuition be what guides them in the relationship, then, fear, insecurity, or pride, or ego, or just lust or greed, those would be people you would hold on to and move forward with. If you made an offer to someone that you thought was on the same page as you, but that person is holding back from you, some of those people, the Page of Cups would be wishing them peace. I accept you are where you're at. Maybe some of those people, sometimes we can know people and we can work with them or wherever, and we don't know if they're in a relationship or not. And you could have reached out to someone who they're already in a relationship that's kind of like a high vibe relationship, and they are going to hold on to that relationship. It's like, oh, okay, I didn't know you were in a relationship. Well, we wish them peace. We don't keep chasing after people because, we speak our truth in love. And if those people then hold back, we don't keep chasing after them, because we don't want them to come get in a relationship in their shadow nature. I don't want you to come get in a relationship with me being in your lust or your greed or your pride or your ego. That probably isn't going to work. I want someone who has seen the truth, isn't working with other people, is doing this work within themselves to love their own worldly nature and be inspired to be more balanced within themselves, so then they can be in a more balanced relationship with me. And some of the people that you make offers to will be willing to move forward with you in friendships and workplaces and romantic relationships. Other people won't. And high vibe energy is dealing with the truth of things. Sometimes we don't know why. It has to click for people on both sides. We could have people that want to be a more involved friend with us or date us, and we're like, it doesn't really, I don't see that. And the same thing can happen. Other people feel that way towards us, and we've all got to just accept the truth of it. Everybody's at where they're at. Some people we don't know. Sometimes if some people are holding back from us, it could be because you did speak the truth of how you wanted to move forward in a relationship, and they know that's not how they want to move forward in a relationship. If they did want to do that, they would probably take action to be in a relationship with you. And some people will hold back from us, hoping we will let go of being balanced within ourselves. And because we would give in to our more immature nature, codependent nature, lustful nature, and being more fearful or afraid, that we would come back and do the relationship the way they want, and they might want to be in a relationship with someone only if they're more not as balanced within themselves, but a little more fearful or afraid. And it's like, I'm not going to indulge out of love for myself, even though I might be attracted to people and want to maybe keep pursuing them. If I already spoke my truth in love, I'm not going to keep pursuing them. I've spoken my truth. It's up to them to then speak their truth and take action towards me. And if they're not, I'm not going to indulge in my more fearful nature, which is what the Four of Pentacles can talk about. I want equal give and take, so I'm going to keep maintaining balance within myself. It has to be a just and fair relationship. And I think as you're holding back from, I don't know, kind of thinking you're the boss and, God, this is taking too long, I'm going to go find someone to try to get in a relationship with, maybe force the wheel of fate in my favor. If we're not taking action out of truth and love, we're probably going to learn some hard lessons. That's when the devil kind of comes into our life. Oh, you didn't maintain balance? You thought you could manipulate the system? Okay, here you can go another round, and that's okay. We've all been there too. And then we feel stuck again, maybe in a relationship with someone we never should have gotten in a relationship with to begin with, because we weren't on the same page. And then we got to go through this whole process again. So the people in your life who are working with you cooperatively, whether friends, family, children, you're going to hold on to those people. All the people in your life that are doing that work with you, they're being authentic, they're being loving, they're being encouraging, and they're all moving forward with you in equal give and take. As you meet new people, you'll get to know them and see where they're at. As you're moving forward, other people, like I say, are going to want to be in a relationship with you in some shape or form, and you'll listen to your intuition about those people. And until you're ready to do a new relationship and exchange resources with someone, in the meantime, you could just be doing work to love yourself. And when your intuition tells you it's like time, you're ready, then you'll be ready to open up and get in a relationship with someone else. But right now, what other people might not know about you is you are doing this work within yourself to just get to a more stable, balanced place within yourself, loving yourself. You know, you've got your own unique talent, skills, and interest, and your job and things like that that you could be putting work into, children in your life. And when your intuition tells you that you've met someone who seems to be on the appropriate page as you, those will be people then that you'll start exchanging resources with. What's coming up for some people who harness some high vibe Capricorn energy that they might not see coming up? The Tower. Why? Because of the Six of Pentacles. Well, if some people are just doing this work within themselves to heal from some other relationship, the Tower can be when you are ready to let go of that old foundation. We can distance ourselves from people, but, you know, we're emotionally complex human beings, and, you know, we can have a lot of different thoughts about different people. I hate them. I love them. I don't want to talk to them. I hope they call me tomorrow. And it takes time to work through all those. But as you do this work and you keep being inspired to maintain balance within yourself, to deal with the truth and love to be the factors in your life and how you hold other people accountable for their actions, you know, the more time that goes by, you see through the illusion and the confusion, and you're able to deal with the truth and know which people to let go of your life and which people to hold on to. And some people could have been moving forward with some people in a relationship, and because something could have motivated and inspired them to really think about what their truth was and who they want to exchange resources with, and they could have taken some time. And those things that can inspire us can be if other people communicated with us. But it's all these creative, inspired things in the world that God can use to inspire us. Just other people we see living their life, books, movies, music. And it's like, am I going to keep moving forward in what I'm moving forward with? Is this aligned with my truth? Why am I moving forward with them? Why are they moving forward with me? And some people might take some time to retreat, and they might decide that some of the people they've been moving forward with, that they should quit exchanging resources with them. Why? Because of the Six of Pentacles. Kind of our philosophy of life is different. And again, what you think is just and fair, what I think is just and fair, what your long-term goals are, what mine are, what your dreams are, what my dreams are, your idea of the dream life and relationship, my idea of the dream life and dream relationship. And some people could take some time to retreat from something, to do this work within themselves, to really kind of get clear about what their own truth is. And they might have to do, this would be called like shadow work, you know, to really invest in listening to their intuition. And again, in Virgo energy, to put in this work and effort to love yourself, get balance within yourself, get clear about your truth, to be willing to stand up for your truth, and just being a more willing to live your more authentic life. And to look at life as an adventure to be lived. I come in contact with all these people to get clear about my truth. And if I move forward in something and then something's going on that is like, wait a minute, I don't know if we're on the same page, you know, to not keep moving forward in something for the wrong reasons, and being willing to speak our truth and let go of things that we need to let go of. And even if that's aligning with our more defensive nature and how that's holding us back, us not willing to make decisions, us being in fear, it's like, you know what? I'm going to offer love to myself to work through those issues so I can be free of them and feel more stable and grounded within myself. And as you're moving forward, again, you could meet some new people. And maybe some of the people in your life that you could have thought viewed life a certain way, or wouldn't detach from an old way of living life or viewing life. Some people in the Tower, it could be that they surprise you that, oh wow, I didn't know we were on the same page. And I didn't know that you'd work through whatever you needed to work through to kind of be more authentic or loving or something like that. And it could be surprising. And you also could be surprising other people, because the tower can kind of be a shock that other people could have thought, wow, I didn't know you'd be willing to kind of detach from this job, friendship, or relationship. And it's like, yes, because I did this work within myself to not be tipped out of balance and indulge poor behavior in myself and others. And I'm kind of inspired to love and believe in myself and believe in my dreams. And I'm kind of detaching from things that aren't aligned with my truth. What's coming up for the people who might harness some more worldly, shadowy Capricorn energy that they don't see coming? Well, if people are... Sometimes people can get in a relationship with people because those people don't know the truth of who they are. Other people could have already quit working with those people and held back from those people because those people did find out the truth of who those people were. And they could have found them, again, to be more about the world, the more from their mind than their heart. Kind of maybe if they say something's just and fair, you're supposed to think it's just and fair. It's like, I don't think it's just and fair. And some people could have been in relationships with people and they were offering love and encouragement and being just and fair and truthful and honest and authentic. And they were trying to inspire these people to free themselves from some of the things that manipulated them to move forward in life in a more balanced way. But if people keep unwilling to want to deal with the truth of a situation, or kind of quit living more from their mind than their heart, or wanting to be indulged or being immature, eventually some high vibe people in their life are going to see the truth. And the world talks about, I have learned the lesson I was meant to learn from this. And some of them are like, I'm not going to keep taking action towards someone who keeps not willing to put an end to their more immature ways of being. If you're not harnessing this energy differently, shadowy King Knight of Wands is someone who's kind of immature and wants to indulge himself or be indulged, or willing to indulge other people for things in the world. And it's like, I'm done indulging you. I don't want you to indulge me. I'm done trying to motivate and inspire you. I'm going to hold back from you and love myself and believe in myself. And some of the shadowy people could have always thought that people would kind of keep indulging them in some poor behavior. Maybe just not wanting to ever pick a path. I don't want to pick a path. I want to juggle back and forth. That would be shadowy Capricorn. I want to present myself as a just and fair and stable and grounded and loving person, but I'm actually kind of shadowy or immature, but I like to present myself as being that type of person so people will get in a relationship with me. But I really haven't decided if I want to do love or if I want to make my life about the world. And they got some growing up to do. And some people end up seeing the truth of that, and they close out relationships with those people. And some of these people that have been repeating this pattern, they're having more people in their life close out a cycle with them because those people are listening to their intuition. And that's, some people could think they're very smart. I can just manipulate people with my image and my status and how I use my emotions and my sexuality and my assets and my money. I can manipulate people. The only thing they can't manipulate is the gift from God, which was their sixth sense and their intuition. And if they get in relationships with people who listen to their intuition, even though those people could have love for them, and it seems to have all these things in the world that they want, their intuition is telling them that something isn't right. And they listen to their intuition and they quit taking action towards those people. And they might hold back from those people, being truthful and honest that, well, let's go ask. What would some people in the Two of Swords be concerned about? Okay, well, we have a bunch of cards not showing themselves. We'll look at them in a minute. The reason they came out, though, is because of the Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. The Five of Swords, I have a dream. And Nine of Pentacles, kind of like I know my worth and value, and I'm my own individual person. I have my own unique dreams. And maybe not feeling that the other person is more independent, because shadowy energy can be codependent, and people can just be codependent on their more defensive nature. They look to their own inner King of Swords to protect them from being hurt in the world. It's like their self-protective mechanism, and they're not independent of it to be more authentic and loving in the world. And other people, maybe they can't decide, do I want to do love? Do I want to do money? And I still can't decide what I want to do. And you have mental conflict about it because either they don't like you being more independent, kind of maybe want you to make your life more about indulging them. Let's go look at these 5 cards, or 6 or whatever, that aren't showing themselves. The Lovers, the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups, the Chariot, and the 5 of Pentacles. You could feel like some people like to indulge in relationships, but you could feel maybe they walked away from some other relationship with the Lovers card and the 8 of Cups. Maybe you could have felt they weren't telling you the truth about why a different relationship ended and why they moved away from that relationship. And partly it could be maybe the person they were in a relationship with before was more independent and they didn't like that. And maybe they were hoping if they got in a relationship with you, maybe you'd make your life more about these things of the world and be willing to stay in a relationship with them for these things of the world, or kind of indulge them in their immature ways of being. You could have felt like some people are more about indulging in ego and image, and it is more about looking victorious and successful in a more materialistic way than love. More concerned about those things of the world and shadowy Taurus energy. You could have felt they weren't that emotionally balanced. Maybe they wanted to stay single and didn't really want to be in a more long-term relationship, and you wanted to be in a more long-term relationship. And it's kind of like, if you love me and you say you want to be in a relationship with me, why do you want to keep staying single? Is it because you want to keep your options open to be a player? It's like, well, if you want to keep your options open to be a player, I might decide, if I've invested enough time, energy, and effort in this relationship, if I want to be in a relationship with someone who really is motivated and inspired to be in a more of a formal commitment with me, and you're not, then you might have been willing to let them go to go get in relationships with people who you think don't want to keep their options open, or that you feel are indulging in a relationship with you. So there you go, Capricorn energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.